playing as my Stegosaurus, I wanted to grind some amber for the new garden eggs, using my Elder Stegosaurus. But what I didn't expect is getting mix packed, just starting off. A sub-adult Stego and an adult Torvo. It was suspicious since this sub-adult Stego was aiming for my head. And of course, it attacked me. And no wonder that this Torvosaurus didn't attack this small Stego is because they were mix packing. And a young Tyrannosaurus decided to join their party. I did my best to hit them as much as I can, but Stegosaurus' tail whip only has a longer cooldown. I did my best to fend them off, and here I was debating to whether just surrender to fate or go down swinging. Of course, I chose the latter. Yes, charging here against the Torvosaurus was a dumb move, because I'm exposing my head. But I really want to keep these guys moving, and hopefully the bleed will get them eventually. Here, I was actually hoping and surprised that the young Tyrannosaurus and Torvosaurus gave up. But then I saw the sub-stego lagging. And of course, I lagged. And died to this small Stego's tail whips. So technically, I could have survived. I was just laggy enough for the Stegosaurus to catch up and kill me for the finishing blow. So now, I have a new goal in mind, to elder back my male Stegosaurus. Of course, I have to start small, and eventually work my way up to elder. But it wasn't easy though, especially at this moment, where a Sorov suddenly jumped me, as I wasn't looking at that direction. From that previous death, I decided to put on my melanistic skin as Stegosaurus, since it can hide me well better in the foliage and especially in the dark. And after a bit of regrowing, I came to my now sub-adult melanistic Stego, which was growing pretty nicely, now that I'm growing in the north. But it's still too cold for Stegosaurus up here in the north, so it's still not as safe. Traveling and eating and drinking. That's all I did with my Stegosaurus until it grew to adult. And luckily, I was nearby the coast before the coniferous scrubland was getting too cold for me in the night. But as I was making my way to Salt Flats, I encountered a pair of Torvosauruses. But luckily, the other one was still small. And honestly, for the juvenile Torvos side, it was kinda dumb to attack me head on, especially being that small. It eventually died to bleed. And its partner soon known that it can't take on an adult Stegosaurus alone. This Torvosaurus thought he could hide from me. and that will be the last time we'll be seeing of him. I made my way all through salt flats up to the Stegosaurus spawn points, and there was nothing to find. And here I was avoiding as much action and Turbosaurus as possible since my main goal was to Elder. I thought to myself that yes, I am safe, but then this Unanosaurus decided to attack me. It seems like it wants a challenge. At first I was trying to ignore it and just brush it off, but then it was insisting and kept charging at me. So, of course, I had to give it a taste of its own medicine. At this point, I was just getting annoyed. Of course, there would be less chance for a Unanosaurus to take down a full adult Stego, but it was just getting annoying. So I decided to charge that and go on the offensive. And after a little dance on the tango with this Yuna, I finally got a good hit in. And from that single hit, it finally decided to go away, giving it heavy bleed. Good riddance. But the action doesn't start there, since as I was walking, a whole pack of 3 Sorophaganaxes attacked me. As I was seeing their size, one of them has to be elder. At first I was confident that I could fend them off. But of course this was a smart bunch, attacking me as soon as I whipped my tail, giving me massive heavy bleed. They were a smart pack. And I knew that I couldn't fend them off any much longer. And of course, eventually, I succumbed to the bleed. For another regrowing session, I thought this Unanosaurus was the same one that attacked me earlier. But surprisingly, this one was chill. Maybe it didn't know I died. Or maybe it was just merciful to babies. But nothing was merciful to it though, as a pair of Turbosaurus chased it away as I was hiding in fear under the bushes. I hope it survived, because it was so sad. But here, however, after a few minutes of regrowing back, something hit me. After nearly dying of freezing from the northern plains of Jurassic, I grinded my way back up to adult Stego and hang around Fern Savanna with this little baby Cerato to keep me company, but also it had the case of the nibbles. Of course, it was just a baby, so I just let it hang around me and we became kind of like best friends, or me as its legal guardian. But then it betrayed me. This little Torvosaurus family thought they could sneak up on me. Maybe they thought I was AFK. But of course, they got a very spiky surprise. I was also pestered by some Ceratos thought that they can take on an adult Stegosaurus. But of course they failed. A lesson learned though. Currently, I am on Jasper Rock, which is in my opinion one of the best locations for a Stegosaurus at defense, and you will see that later. As you can see, I am almost to Elder, and I'm doing my best to stay out of trouble. Seeing this friendly Torvo, we will meet again. And that one Sorophaganax was determined to hunt him down. But little did that Sorophaganax know that there's a whole army of Turbosaurus just right behind him. That poor Sorophaganax was chased down by a mega pack of Turbosauruses. Some are elder, subadults, and adults. We will meet again with them soon too. Meanwhile, a duo of Allosauruses tend to try and intimidate us. But of course, they were no match for us. And yes, me and this Stegosaurus behind me are not in a pack at all. But that didn't stop us from protecting each other's backs from potential predators. Even the Allo pack came back for more. Just a few minutes later from those Allosaurs trying to hunt us, I saw the mega pack of Torvos coming back for us. So, I headed to Jasper Rock for protection, or I tried to trot my way into it. The other Stegosaurus, I left him out since he was elder and we might have a case of the crossfire. So, I did my best to protect myself, but of course, these Turbosaurs saw their sights on me, since I am just a lonely adult. Plus, I think that elder Stegosaurus can handle himself, especially that those Turbosauruses have a Mega Pack debuff. But here, I am hunted by these two duos not affected by the Mega Pack, which poses more of a threat to me. And after a bit of waiting, they struck first. Of course he missed, but I want to take advantage of that. And of course, out of all the instances, it lagged here.
Which gave them a lot of free hits and gave me to a quick disadvantage.
This really pissed me off, but the fight must go on. At this part, I was panicking since I got stuck on this rock ledge, and luckily these Turbosaurs didn't notice. They were still scared to come up here, but good thing I got out of that rocky situation. And here comes my hero, the Elder Stegosaurus from earlier. He started guarding me around the ledge, while I focused and stayed safe here on top of Jasper Rock. Eventually, I knew that I would stop eldering, thus my progress would come to a halt. But luckily, this black Turbosaurus got stuck between the rock's ledges, which gave us ample enough time to finish it off, taking one of them down. Taking one of them down wasn't enough. They brought more reinforcements, which seemed like elder Turosauruses. So, they kept on hunting me up here, while the other Stego kept guard outside the rock. This battle took long, but as I said earlier, Jasper Rock is such a good place to play defensive as Stego. Just 40 minutes until Elder Stego. Will I die and lose it all here? Or will I survive? That female Turbosaurus took a lot of hits, so now I was a bit more confident to charge at them to keep that bleed going. Even at low health, I am still confident on my skills. So even with this Elder Turbosaurus beside me, I always keep my tail facing or just right at striking distance. So that's how you play Stego. Of course, I am not out of the woods yet. I am still low health and he can easily two-shot me or even one-shot me. But of course, after this, they are now retreating. It seems like I'll be getting to Elder Stego sooner. And I would like to thank Bandit, the male Elder Stego beside me, helping me along the way and keeping me alive, getting me to my goal on eldering Stego. Thank you so much. And because of that one intense fight of nearly dying, thanking Bandit along the way, I now head off to heal myself somewhere safer. All throughout the night, I stayed still and healed up until, of course, I hit Elder. Yes, Stegosaurus is OP to handle, even against Turbosauruses and Sorophs. But of course it takes skill, or just sheer luck. It's quite the tank, and quite the bleeder. I just hope that it won't lose its charm in the recode with the new combat updates. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.